Tere ottust Tallinnast. Welcome to the Kalevi Sportihall here in Tallinn, Estonia. Welcome to the 2025 Predator EPBF European Championships. It's the last 16 of the men's 8-ball division between Dennis Grabe there in the blue and black up against Sanjin PEHLIVANOVIC from Bosnia and Herzegovina. I'm Mark White, and joining me in the booth is one of the hardest working guys I've ever met. It's Graham Hardworking Hickman. Hey Graham.
Thanks Mark, appreciate the compliment. Nice to be here, looking forward to this one. Hometown hero Dennis Grabe and Sanjin. This is going to be fireworks, Mark. I think this is going to be a great match, I really do.
Yeah, both been playing some super attacking, aggressive, fast-paced pool. Looking for more of the same right now. So Sanjin's won the lag in this race to 8. Cool shot, of course. It's 8-ball. Ball in the side. Ball in the corner as well. How does this table look to you then, Graham? How does this grab you?
Wow. What, that was a great first break by Sanjin. Balls have just exploded. Stripes are looking absolutely beautiful here. Really, because they've spread so nicely. There's so much space for him to work with the cue ball around the middle of the table. So, really just about shot selection here. Even solids could still work, but stripes are going to be the balls, I think. Once he takes that stripe away from the top corner pocket, black ball is freed up. So, definitely stripes for me.
Yeah, might even save it as his last ball, Graham.
Yeah, he has options. I think this one right the way down the bottom could be his last ball. As you see, when the table's this wide open, Mark, he has so many options. Could get rid of this 11 now and maybe use the stripe at the bottom of the table to get onto the black. Would be quite a nice way to finish. This could be a quick rack indeed.
Wanted bump, but no dramas. Just has to be a little bit careful here, Graham. Just getting the gap.
Yeah, I don't see any dramas here, Mark. It's dot to dot really. You can just play off one rail, or you can just screw this down anywhere, really near the middle of the table. It's workable. He does have to do a little bit of travelling with this cue ball. I'm not sure if he can drop this in with right hand spin a little bit more. Things can go wrong that way, what I'm saying, and he can't really play it off 2 rails, so he does have to play a little bit of a shot here. Might have to leave a longer straighter. Yeah, sorry Mark, I think he might have to leave a longer 8-ball potentially, unless he goes all the way around and, like you said earlier, maybe playing the black in the bottom left, but I cannot see him doing that.
Trouble with his new cloth, the spin might not grab enough. That's why he's reluctant maybe to play it with extreme right hand spin to check the ball over. And as you say, they're a nightmare, that one ball.
Yeah, fully agree, he's going all the way around. How's your look? Well, if he gets past that orange 5, wow, what a nudge. He'll take that all day.
Whoa. Yeah, ended up playing it short side. Just steadying himself there. You can see him doing the, I call it the hokey pokey. American player called Greg Hogue does that when he gets down to play a shot.
Nicely done.
Yeah, no problem. Very nicely done indeed. So it will be the Estonian racking the balls on the tap table next, so we're not using a rack or template. There you see the balls just falling into their little divots that have been made after the referees have used the little tapping template. So they go nice and tight very quick, and it really is one of my bugbears, Graham, in pool, when it takes so long to rack the balls. And this is by far my favourite way of doing it.
Yeah, I think it's smart, and I think, you know, there's a few other benefits as well with using a triangle. Like you said, it can take a lot longer. You can have imperfect racks. It's not ideal. You want consistency. The magic racks that everybody uses around the globe is another great tool to have, but also you have to remove that from the table. Can take a little bit more time. Goodness me, I have to stop there. What a break he's hit there. Phenomenal break. Look at the spots as well, and the stripes. But yeah, I'm with you, Mark. I like the tap rack. Saves a lot of time. Very clever. Could be stripes this, Mark, because that 6 ball is a little bit in a funny spot, and he's got a nice starting ball with this 10 just to roll down and clear some of this traffic. And Dennis has been playing extremely well. Reached the semi-finals of the straight pool. Unfortunately, I think we commented on maybe that match as well, Mark. He played Snegokji, and he played flawless in that match.
Yeah, what a terrific, well, we called it a textbook performance, didn't we, from the pole. He was absolutely unbeatable that night. But then went and lost his next match in the final to Tobias Bongers. Who would have thought it? But Bongers, of course, been playing very, very well of late as well, Graham. The standard is rising around the world.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen Bongers in a few matches now, and he's been playing phenomenal 8-ball as well. So it's, like you say, the standard is so high, especially at the top level in 8-ball. So many break and runs, so many clearances. One mistake can be huge to get back.
One surprise for me earlier, I was commentating on it. Max Lechner was 5-2 up. Should have gone 6-2 up against Kasper Matikainen. Missed a carom shot. Ended up losing the match. Hill should have gone 6-2 but didn't. Just shows you one shot can change a match. That shot has changed the scoreline to 1-1. Now Dennis is a very, very tall lad, Graham. Now, did you know Estonians are, after the biggest survey ever, the biggest and widest survey ever, Estonian men and women are the 3rd tallest nation on the planet. Now, I lived in Estonia for a long while, as you know, and I had a girlfriend there, and she was actually, this is no word of a lie, she was the tallest woman in Europe at the time. I believe that's what title she had. She was 7'4", that's 2.35 meters. To put that in context, I'm 1.75 meters. I was never in any photographs. She was in all of them.
Yeah, that's wow, that's incredible statistic. I'm sure you had some interesting photographs taken, that's for sure. But when you say Estonians are the 3rd tallest, I would like to put my money on the Netherlands being the highest. It must be, surely. I lived there for 10 years, Mark, myself, and the Dutch are very, very tall indeed.
Yeah, I'll never forget, she was a lifeguard. Just to finish that story, she couldn't swim, but she could walk out a hell of a long way.
I'm sure she could.
So back to the seriousness then of this last 16 match, Graham.
Yeah, I was just going to say, to finish off on my side there, I think swimming pool, she would struggle to not touch the bottom in many pools then. She was treading. But yeah, this has been another great break by Sanjin, and if this is the standard we're going to have here, Mark, this could be, yeah, it's really going to be down to one mistake on the breaks, because flawless pool at the moment. Stripe in the top left, another one in the side, and then finishing off by the 10 ball in this side, coming down for the black. It's probably looking most likely coming around the bottom of the back of the 3 on the left side of the table.
Well, if they do both break and run all their games, it will come down to the lag, which PEHLIVANOVIC won, of course. How do you stand on that, Graham? I mean, you know, there's a chance that this match could be decided by the lag. Would you maybe introduce a win by 2 clear racks, or not, like they do in tennis in a tiebreaker? Or do you think it's fine as it is?
No, I think it's fine as it is. That's really the whole purpose of the lag. It's a little bit of skill to get yourself the first break, and it has to be an advantage, and that advantage is when it does go hill-hill. Unlike a coin toss in the old school days where you would flip a coin to see who breaks, I guess. I do prefer the lag because maybe it's something that a lot of people don't practice. They just go down and think, oh well, I'll try my luck. I'd love to talk to some of the professionals and be curious if they do practice the lag. It's like you're saying, some of these matches are so fine in terms of level.
I don't know if you've heard the story of the Mosconi Cup European team when it was last held in Europe, so not last year, the year before. Their practice room was right next to the kitchen, and what they were doing was boiling pots of hot water, boiling water, and putting them underneath the table to warm the slate up to replicate the arena, and they won almost every lag in the tournament. Wow. So yes, the lag is very important.
Oh, what a break. Yeah, it is. So to answer your question, yeah, I'm not against the lag being what it is, and the whole 2 racks thing that you mentioned. I think that's, yeah, maybe a bit giving too much chance to the player. Then why would you have a lag in the first place? You would just flip a coin and then keep the same rule, I guess. But
yeah, good point.
A little bit of work here, I'm not sure. Yeah, he's got a solid right at the bottom of the table there, which he needs to do something with the 6 ball, I think it is. So if he does take solids, because he can't really put a stripe, so a little bit of work here. Yeah, 60 seconds from the break. There's a shot clock in operation, but from the break you do have 60 seconds to kind of customize yourself with the table layout. You have a 25-second extension should you need it, but from now he has a 35-second shot clock. Do you think he can move the 6 here? I don't know if he can. From the 5, maybe. Looks a bit thin. Looks a bit thick, sorry.
Yeah, does the 6 go? No, it doesn't. So he's going for it here. Similar angle than he just had.
Yeah, I think he's going to play it from the 4. The good thing about this one is, Mark, this just shows his knowledge, because the 6 ball is going to go towards the left side of the table. So he could just play this relatively slow and just try to judge the pace of that 6 ball going to the left. He should have a shot on it. Just roll it in. Oh, it didn't work out to plan. I saw what he was trying to do.
First mistake, positional error from the very tall Estonian.
This would be some shot mind on the 3 ball if he went for game. Don't really see a safety shot, Mark, so he might go for a bit of a crazy 3. He's going for the bank. Don't know if he can get the cue ball away.
Bit of a one pocket shot.
Yeah, I don't know if it's on this way though, because the way he's playing it. It might go straight. I tell you what, it's not far away. Not a bad effort. It's created a few problems for Sanjin, which is maybe the best outcome he could have had. Yeah, possibly a little bit more tricky now for Sanjin. It's not a terrible outcome, that, Mark, I don't think, given that he's blocked the pocket somewhat for some of those stripes.
Yeah, I think that was kind of in his plan, to be honest. That's why one of the reasons he played the 6 up there, maybe hoping that if he didn't make it, he might wobble it and maybe get a block. So Sanjin's going to have to do some work here.
He might have played that for a safety, you know, to put him behind the black ball. Could be an option here. Try and play for a bit of a safe rather than go a little bit too offensive, because it's a bit tricky from where it is. You're behind the black.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, that's pretty good,
you know,
well.
Dennis has got a chance at kicking this 6 ball in though. A little
Three
bit
balls.
surprised, but not surprised, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think with the slide and the angle he's coming off this rail, I don't know if he can get there. Yeah, the 3 ball was... That's not going to help. It's not going to help your situation. He didn't give a ball in hand though, so could have been a lot worse. But putting that stripe in front of the 6.
I thought maybe he could have played off the short rail, off of this rail that we're looking at now, nearest us, and try and make the 6 off the second rail. That's the way I thought he might play it. Maybe it wasn't on.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I think you can just get this edge of the 10 ball. Oh, he's playing it that way. Where's the cue ball? Oof. How's your luck? Not the best. Oh, he's been left with absolutely horrible situation there. I think this could be get the rest out. Try to lock him up behind this stripe on the bottom rail. He's going to play switch hands. Yeah, I do like that safety shot though. Just roll off the one that's on the short rail at the bottom and just roll up behind the stripe. Try and get another safe in. Leaning over the balls.
Yeah, nicely done. Big target though, the 6 ball.
Yeah, and the 1 could be an option if you can figure some kind of highlight reel shot here, because it does have a 3 railer from the bottom short rail to the left rail over to the 1. Could try that way. It's very tough to hit this. He could even go.
Ball.
Yeah, he could go 1 rail. There's a few options off the bottom. You might as well try and put something safe. Interesting. I see what he's doing there, Mark. That's quite a clever shot. He's playing a really good shot there, you know, because where the 9 ball is, he's created 2 problems, but he only has obviously ball in hand. So now Sanjin got 2 problems. It's a very clever shot, that. Very clever.
Yeah, I didn't think of that one, Graham, that's for sure. Super smart shot.
This could be a very clever shot as well, Mark. Yeah, he's going to play
the skill shot through it, isn't he?
I think he's playing the safe. I think he's playing the pot of the 6 and try and get the cue ball behind the stripe on the bottom left bottom rail. If you can get the cue ball right over there. What a shot this is. Oh my gosh. Great shot. So he opened the pocket up and got rid of the solid that was blocking the area, and now he's put... That was a fantastic shot. Very clever and creative. I like that.
Well, I won't write that one down, Graham. I'll let you use the ink on your pen for that one, for the highlight reel, because I think that's deserving. Very, very clever safety shot, that one.
Absolutely.
So now a real chance. Play the 9. Open up the 13. Knows he has the guarantee of the ball over the side pocket as well. That's okay.
Yeah. That works.
Just stop the cue ball dead. So interesting rack this one, Graham.
Yeah, it's been nice. I think it's interesting. Sometimes you don't really get much safety play in 8 ball. It's generally break and run most of the time, but sometimes the tables do lend themselves to a little bit of creativity, and it shows a different side of the players, which I think is super interesting to see. All the different ways you can try to get an advantage in a rack. Both sides there, some great safety shots from Sanjin, some very clever shots from Dennis to hang in the match, hang in the rack, sorry, if you like. But then I do think that Sanjin had just a little bit more control, and that safety belly played was very clever. Liked it a lot. 2-2.
Yep. One in that rack, didn't it? Let's give you some scores, guys, from around the room. Of course, all the last 16 matches are in progress now over on our main table, TV table 1. Daniel Maciel is 2-1 up against Alvin Ocean. Wojtek Shevchuk 2-1 down to Pardo. Petter Urban is 2-1 down also to Mark Maggie from Estonia. Jose Delgado is 2-1 down as well to Caspar. Exposito is all square, 2-2. And Caspar Matakainen 2-1 down to Tobias Bongas. You're up to date. Here we go then. Sanjin PEHLIVANOVIC to break. Leading 3 racks to 1. Has that 2 rack cushion now, Graham.
Yeah, and a chance to extend that even further. He's been breaking exceptionally well. Trying to keep this cue ball. Here's it going. It's drifting up the top. Ooh, nice little bump maybe. Do we see any problems? I think he might be forced into
stripes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think he's forced into maybe solids here, but 4 ball in the middle of the table and the 1 ball blows a little bit of a challenge. But as you see from that great camera angle, the 2 ball, if he plays a stop shot on the 2 ball, he's going to be perfect on that 1 ball. So he does have some options here to solve a few of these issues.
Could play the 6, Graham, as well first, and then play for the 2 and then the 1.
Yeah, I think so. Great if he could play the 6 and the 3 out of the way, because that 4 ball could then go in the top pocket. Not sure if he can move. He's going straight for the 1, I think. Makes sense. I think when you have situations like that, oh, he's gone for the 4. That's even better. He had a little bit of angle mark, so he's took advantage of that just to get on that 4, and he solved that problem in this rack in the blink of an eye. Brilliant shot.
Yeah, we shouldn't be too surprised at Sanjin's prowess at 8 ball. He did reach the world final, got beaten by Shane Van Boning in 2023 in Austria, in Klagenfurt actually, Albin Ocean's hometown. Six ball now then, followed by the 7, and he should be okay, Graham.
Yeah, definitely. Nicely done. I think if you can tackle those problem balls straight away, makes your life a whole lot easier, Mark, and it's even better when the break kind of helps you solve that problem without having to search for it, if you know what I mean, when it's there and ready that you can go straight for that. So overrun a little bit, but there's plenty of space in the middle of the table here, Mark. I think just draw it back and play the 8 in the bottom left corner. He's going 3 rails, maybe even. It's gone a bit further than he liked. Still fine.
He played super smart shot on the 2 ball, didn't he? His first shot after the break to get on that problematic 4 ball, and from there on he's taken these very, very nicely indeed, and it's going to be a 3 rack lead for the Bosnian. Dennis in a little bit of trouble, and he will be breaking though.
Yeah,
next one now. Go ahead.
The further the lead goes, obviously, the harder it is with alternate break to close that gap, because then you're really relying on mistakes from your opponent. As you can see, Sanjin is not really wanting to give any mistakes at all. So Dennis will just have to make sure he holds his own serve or holds his own break and hope that Sanjin feels a little bit generous.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be the break that's going to be the problem, is it, Graham? Both are very, very adept with the break cue, making balls continuously. As we see again, Dennis made the ball in the side also. Ball in the corner, everything out in the open, just can't afford any positional errors.
Yeah, fully agree. And he has options here. He can take either solids or stripes. At first glance, I think that 9 ball is probably the one that might be a little off-putting from a stripes perspective. That's why he's probably looking at solids, which makes sense.
Yeah, I think Dennis is the only player I've never seen play wrong-handed. Even you see here, look, he's not comfortable playing wrong-handed.
Yeah.
Pretty tall guy, doesn't need the bridge that often.
Yeah, it's a good, interesting call there, Mark. Some players, oh, Dennis, you said it as well, Mark, can't afford silly mistakes, and that could be huge.
Well, that was just too quick, and I honestly do think that Dennis has been playing quicker than he's ever played this week. I've never seen him play so fast. And of course it can trip you up sometimes, even on those easy shots. As we all know, Graham, there is no such thing as an easy shot on a pool table.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen some crazy things, and just kind of looking at this match in terms of obviously the previous rounds as well. Sanjin had a match against Portugal's Pedro Perieri, and it was hill, and his opponent had a shot on the 8 ball and he missed it, Mark, and that cost him the match. So it's amazing how much one shot, obviously Hill missing the black doesn't do you many favours. Sanjin punished him, but he might not have even been here. Let's that a little bit loose.
Sometimes your name's just on the trophy, I believe. Like Fedor Gorst in the World Championships, loses his first match, wins, comes from 8-2 down or 7-2 down to win 8-7 in the next round. Had another hill also along the way, and then ended up beating Eklinkachi hill. So sometimes your name's just kind of written in the destiny.
Yeah, it is. I think sometimes it just stars align, and maybe that's a good time to have the question, because we're in the last 16, Mark. So we've seen quite a few matches over these 8-ball games. Are we at the moment where we feel like we could probably put our name on a winner based on the last 16? Or you're not at that stage yet? Are you going to hold off?
I don't think so. I mean, I think Tobias Bongas again is in with a big shout. I really do. I think he's just playing with so much confidence at the moment. This man, of course, at the table has a great chance, as I said already, a World 8-ball runner-up. Don't discount Dennis yet either, the home favourite. Albin Ocean, super smooth. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it just shows how deep the skill levels are, and there's some really good players obviously still left in the field. And I was thinking Tobias Bongas as well as someone to keep an eye on. His 8-ball has been great. Obviously I haven't seen every player play, just like yourself. You've got Petri Makinen in there who's been breaking very, very well. Daniel Maciol has been fantastic. He played a great match earlier today. So there's a few players left in. I think Albin, obviously, you can't rule out as well. But Sanjin, he's playing some very, very good stuff at the moment too.
Yeah, Shevchik as well, always a fierce competitor. He never goes down without a fight. Daniel Maciel, of course, who we've already said is in action against Albin Ocean, but Albin's 4-2 up now in that one, so the Austrian going well. Sanjin breaking off, going very well himself as well, just 3 away from the quarterfinals.
Yeah, and another call out as well. Mark Maggi from Estonia. He beat Konrad Yeshushin 8-4. When I was speaking to Tim de Ruyter, they were calling it out in the commentary in their match. I think it was something crazy, like 30 minutes. A game that just went extremely quick. That tells you that would have been a great match to watch if it was indeed that short. So a lot of players firing on high level.
Yeah, watched him last night. Mark Maggi in the teams, played very well in the teams. And there's a rare sight, Dennis Grabe using the bridge. He needs to start building some bridges because he's burnt a few of them with the poor shots that he's made in the last couple of racks, which sees him 5-1 behind Mark Maggi, by the way, 3-3 with Petter Urban right now. Getting down to the nitty-gritty, Graham.
Yeah, absolutely. And just as you were talking about mistakes from Dennis, he's played another bit of a loose one there. I think he was trying to get on the 2-ball. So now he's got to play. He's still got options with the 3, but he will have to travel the cue ball somewhat. Maybe 2 rails for a choice. He's again a little bit in between.
Yeah, right, little smile there from the Estonian. Knows that nothing's coming just right at this moment. May take the 2 now. He's having a look at it. 7 will take him to the 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he can go 1 rail. He might have to draw this. Yeah, come back for the side first. He's getting forced. He's getting forced a little bit into making this 2-ball his last ball. I'm not sure if he might go for the 1 here. Ideally 1 to 8 would be great, but I don't know what kind of angle he's got here. He's definitely taking the 2-ball now, that's for sure. It's a bit awkward this.
Yeah, big heart. Big heart, Dennis, as well, Graham, hasn't he? He doesn't give up without a fight. He can soon rattle off a few racks.
Oh, most definitely. He's a tall guy, so like you see, he's stretching over these balls, long cue. Let's give this full attention. Plays it pretty well. A little bit thinner than he would have liked, so he might just have to drop this in. I'm not sure if he'll try and draw this. He wants to avoid kissing any kind of stripe and risking going towards that side pocket, so I think this will just be a drop in mark and maybe bump off the stripe a little bit.
Yeah, just drag it in. Still play a full stroke.
Ooh, yeah, that was the danger going that
risk.
Paid off.
Does the business. 5-2 it is. But of course we know who's breaking next, don't we? Oh, it's Dennis. I thought it was Sanjin.
No, yeah, it was a dry break, wasn't it? And Dennis picked up the pieces, so actually this could be quite a good moment for him to break and run. And the score is 5-2, so that'll be updated in a moment when Dennis updates the score. Be great if he can get a break and run here. There, he's just noticed. Oh, he hasn't done it yet. He'll do it now. Once he's dropped his cues.
My school report always used to say Mark should concentrate more. It's followed me around all my life, that school report, Graham.
Is that the one you've got framed above your bed?
It is. How did you know?
Always nice to remind. I'm sure there were some good words said at school. Don't be so hard on yourself. Ooh, I'm not sure what he's got on here. Does he take a risky bank on the 2? He's got a stripe in the side. There's a few problems here. This is a bit of a messy layout, Mark. I'm not really seeing anything straightforward here. Possibly to make something happen.
14 in the side, but that's stripes aren't great. I like the bank on the 2, to be honest, and then maybe just flick into the 11.
Yeah, try and get rid of that
He's
problem
going for
ball.
14.
Yeah, it was a pretty good shot, but he's going to have to make some work here because he's got lots of problems. The good thing is downstairs on the bottom of the table, it could be a combo there if he wants to play it, or if he can play the 13 that's next to the 9. There is an option to come round the back for the 9 in the same pocket, but his first attention is up here on this stripe that's on the rail next to the 1 ball. Do you think he could just bump into the 4 and maybe leave an angle on the 12? Not sure he has.
I think he's okay.
You could always play for a bank.
Wow.
Worst case, yeah.
Little
Bank
grimace. Oh, this is a big shot in the context of not just this rack, but the match, and it's there, right in the heart of the pocket. But what's he on now? Nothing easy.
Yeah, he's got a cutback on this 13 ball. He's going to lose the cue ball somewhat. The 10 ball is there at the side, so he does have a possibility of cutting this in. Is he going to run into balls? That's the challenge. Not sure how thin it is.
Will he flick off the other one? That's okay. It's okay.
Still needs 2 more shots for me, Mark, because this 9 ball only goes in the bottom right, and the 12 probably goes best in the side. So I mean, if he plays from this stripe here down to the 9 ball, he has to be absolutely perfect to go back up for the 10.
Left hand spin onto the 1 in the side. Drop the cue ball down for the 9. He's there, isn't he? Perfect.
What a shot he's played. Yeah, that's a really good shot. Very good. Sanjin looking on intent there. He's trying to see if he has got the angle, and he definitely has. Great shot by Dennis there, Mark. Now he's got a nice roll down.
Gutsy performance. May need 3 rails.
Yeah, that 1 ball looks big for me. This is a bit touchy. He's going to have to go a few reels though, Mark. I don't think he can. Maybe can he pinch this and just dig it in and hold it? I don't know. Yeah, just enough.
Oh, it goes past the 3. That's no problem then.
Great finish this, Mark, though. The balls were not pretty at all. He done well from there, considering where every stripe was. Very good finish that to get back to 5-3, and all of a sudden does put a little bit of a pressure on Sanjin's break here, because he does want to make a ball. Doesn't want another try break.
Worked very hard there, Dennis, to take that rack at 1 visit. Really was a solid performance there from the Estonian. Don't forget, guys, coming up after this 9 PM local time, we have some teams action in the men's for you as well. That's coming up at 9 PM tonight. And then, of course, we're back tomorrow with another full day. Day 8 tomorrow already. Where are the days going? It's flying by. Just caught a glimpse there of Albin Ocean. He's 5-2 up over Daniel Maciel at the moment. It's 5-3 here. The man at the table breaking with the advantage.
Yeah, waiting for a repeat tomorrow, Mark, because we have the quarterfinal, semi-finals and the finals of this 8 ball. So this is a big match to put you into tomorrow's closing stages. will be nice because I think you and me might have that final 8-ball match tomorrow. Could be men's or women's, but we will be covering one of them, that's for sure. So it'll be interesting to see who gets through these games over the next few days.
Looking forward to that. I do love a final. There's always something special about doing a final, and it will be the first European final I've ever done in my life. I've done a few worlds, but never done a European, so very, very honoured to be able to be in the booth for that one, especially with yourself, Graham. So something to look forward to. Back to tonight though, reality. We're in the last 16. These players have a long way to go yet.
Yeah, and I think if you just look at the layout that Sanjin has here compared to what Dennis had, it's quite a contrast. Sanjin's got so many options, he's just thinking which way is the easiest, instead of Dennis thinking, how on earth do I get out here? It's very different.
Yeah, I think it certainly makes you focus more though when it's a little bit more difficult. You can get a little bit complacent at times if the balls are easy. Go back to that ball Dennis missed in the side. I believe it was the 2 ball when it was, everything was wide in the open. So maybe it just hones in your focus that little bit more, Graham, when they're a little bit more awkward.
Yeah, it's a good goal. When the balls are pretty easy, you're focusing on 2 things more than one, trying to get the right side of the ball in position, and sometimes you can, as we've seen many times, take your eye off that easy shot. I don't expect Sanjin, hopefully, well, you wouldn't expect him to make a mistake here. It's all just about personal choice. I think he's going to play the side pocket and then the 10 ball in the bottom right potentially. I think that's where he's going. Or he might play a stop shot here and then use the 10 ball for his last ball mark. That could be another option.
He's certainly not rushing.
He knows how big this rack is now. Doesn't want to let Dennis get even closer. So I do like a stop shot kind of here. Play the thin 14 ball and come back up for the 10. Great if you can get straight on that 10 ball mark and have a nice easy 8 ball.
He's going the other way.
And there you go. What do I know? Personal preference. You must like this one. Just felt you were flirting more with danger here. Might have a little bit of handbag queuing, so surprisingly went that way. Probably because of the 8 ball, I think, Mark. If you overran the get position on the 10, then it might have posed a problem. I can understand that shot actually. So gives him better guarantee on the 8.
Yeah, they're never a dead cert into these side pockets though. But he is pretty straight in on it, so shouldn't be a problem to move within just 2 racks of victory at 6-2, 6-3 rather. And in it goes. Dennis with the break cue in hand will be racking the balls. Just bring you up to date with a few more scores, guys. Kasper Matikainen 4-2 down to Tobias Bongers. Vituranta is all square 4-4 with Max Benko. Exposito 5-4 up against Petri Mäkinen. Delgado 5-3 down to Kasper. Mark Maggie 6-3 up now on Petter Urban, going well again. And Wojtek Shevchik 5-3 up over Pardo, Pedro Pardo. Oh, very nice, very nice. Solids looking beautiful, aren't they?
I mean, you've already got 3 over the pocket, waiting 4 over the pocket, I should say, pretty much. So I can't see him going any other direction here. He's got that 6 ball and 5 ball down the table to contend with, but they're very much potable. Love to get that 6 ball out of the way as soon as possible.
If he was on this now, the 6 ball, you could say that would be the perfect layout, because he could just draw across for the 5 into this bottom right hand corner and then concentrate all his work up there.
Yeah, exactly. Just trying to picture in his mind which way he's going to go to avoid any issues. I don't know if he was trying to get down there already. I wonder if he's going to play the 5. Maybe he might go for a cheeky little 6-1 combo, Mark. Just thinking, given where the 5 ball is here, he just pulls it back. He might not go too crazy, but it does look like a quite nice shot. Could play that. Just play into the 9 ball maybe here.
Yeah, just have to be careful when you're nudging into balls. Okay, though, not much could go wrong with that one. So just has to get the pace right on this one. Maybe play it so that the cue ball has a look at the 2 as well, just in case. Makes both of them.
It's a little bit unfortunate. I think he tried to play the 6 that way, so he didn't put both balls together, but I felt the pace he was playing it, he would have been fine. Still okay. Doesn't want to be on top of that stripe though. Just needs to be a bit careful. Yeah, 2 rails.
Still playing very quickly. Maybe plays with just a little hint of spin. Oh, he's on the comeback trail. This will make it 6-4. We said he has a big heart. He's a grinder.
Yeah, and all he can do is put pressure on Sanjin's break, and that's the best he can do at the moment. Hoping that Sanjin doesn't break and run himself. So he'll be sitting in his chair, internally speaking to the pool gods, Mark. Just give me a chance, that's what he's thinking.
Well, call him Grabe, grapefruit. He's definitely a grinder, that's for sure. All the G's. Daniel Maciel breaking off there, as you see on your screens, against Albin Ocean. It was 5-2. Let's just give you a little update on the score there for you guys. It's 7-4 now. Ocean is on the hill. Hasn't really played too much pool recently. I think Dennis has gone out of the arena actually, so we'll do the same, guys, and we'll be back just as soon as Dennis comes back. Don't go anywhere. It's very, very nicely poised at 6-4. The Bosnian just with his nose in front at the moment. Dennis on his way back into the arena. I'm Mark White, good to be back with you. I'm in the booth here with Graham Hickman. What do you think so far, Graham?
Yeah, it's been a great match. Twists and turns, few mistakes, break and runs, everything you really wanted. Sanjin here setting himself up for a very big break indeed. Dennis is clawing his way back, and he's trying to keep him at arm's length with another break and run and get himself on the hill, I think. Oh, he's got one in the side, so where's the 8-ball going? Oh, it's an awful place for the 8-ball, but pretty good break nonetheless. The stripes have all collected together in the top, all 6 of them there. Very strange.
Bizarre. Don't think I've ever seen that before.
Very unique, but means the table's a little bit more open. That 8-ball's not in a great position.
What about draw? I wondered if he could draw onto it now.
Yeah, just thinking if he did do that, he might not have much. Yeah, but also a shot after. He's not really guaranteed anything, so it is potable, Mark, of course, but it's just one of them 8-balls. You know what it's like when they're near those side points. Just makes things a little bit more iffy if you're not perfect on it.
I think it's just far enough away from that side pocket. 7 maybe his ball that gets him to the 8 there.
Yeah, great, probably okay. If he can land just kind of similar place on the other side of the middle pocket would be perfect. He's got a few balls to get there. I'll probably come down and use the 5-ball. Use the 5-ball to get to the 8-ball, I think. Yeah, this is probably his plan. Get rid of that 3 after the 2. And then just drift over to the side rail.
Yes, sorry, I said 7. That's the 3, isn't it? I beg your pardon.
Yeah, it's pretty nice though, Mark. Just drop this in off one rail. Have a nice... Yeah, he's already got his placements in his mind.
He's doing more pointing than my teacher used to do in science.
Maybe he's a science teacher, who knows, on the side. Talking about studying, he does do sight right, Mark. I think you've mentioned previously when we've commentated on Sanjin. Well, you can tell the way he's setting up his shots.
You can tell the way he stands behind. Yeah, I was just thinking that when he was breaking off, he's obviously had a sight right class. I heard a young gentleman, young German, Pfeiffer, being interviewed earlier on today after he had a good win, and he's actually a school teacher and only plays when, well, school holidays permit him to play. Just shows you, doesn't it? Pool players come from all walks of life, but they still come back to the game they love. So nicely done from Sanjin, and it does put him on the hill, Graham. Dennis now at the last chance saloon, in all sorts of danger of being knocked out.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, the destiny's not in his own hands at the moment. All he can do is keep Sanjin away from his break and hope that he gets a chance on Sanjin's break. But all he can focus on right now is his own break and let Sanjin worry about his. He can't impact what's going to happen after this break. He can only control what's happening now, and that means a good hit, pot a ball, and hopefully get a chance to run out.
Dennis seems very interested on the table next to him as well. Kasper Matikainen's on that one. Where's the cue ball?
Oh, yeah.
Well, the rock has sunk. It's in the drink. I wonder, Dennis's dreams sunk as well for this year's European Championship 8-ball.
Yeah, and with ball in hand, obviously gives him a lot more flexibility of where he wants to start. Of course, he has to play from the break line down the table, so he will have to be a bit creative there. He's got a 3-ball problem on the right side of the table with the stripe there, so he's just, I think solids would be great to take if he can get one from down the table, but stripes also do give him an opportunity. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky, Mark. Sorry, I was just saying it's a bit tricky because the stripe at the top as well.
It's never easy, is it, in the one you need to get over the winning line? There's always got to be some kind of problem. Now, is he playing a draw shot? Is he trying to open up the 13 here? Is he going ultra aggressive?
Oh, he's missed that by an absolute mile. Wow. That's very surprising from ball in hand. He'd be absolutely furious with himself there. Gifted it back to Dennis, and he's opened the solid, and he's left him perfect position. So, what a chance.
Yeah, Sanjin will have another chance though. He'll be breaking next, even if Dennis does run this rack. He'll still be 2 behind. Sanjin only needing 1. He may have just seen Daniel Maciel putting his cues away in the background. Albin Ocean has beaten him. We'll go through to the quarterfinals, which incidentally are played tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 p.m. local time. That's the last 8 of the men's 8-ball. 2:30 tomorrow afternoon here in the Tallinnas Kalevi Spordihall Keskus.
Easy for you to say, Mark.
I was trying to remember the words as I went through the sentence. I was trying to remember them. I just kind of remembered them just in time.
Oh, he needs
Kalev is a very famous chocolate, Graham, in big chocolate company, a bit like our Cadbury's, you know. Kalev chocolate, Kalev Sports Centre.
Yeah, I do love a bit of chocolate, I'm not going to lie. He's got to play a bit of a shot here, come round 2 rails, or 1 rail even, he's forced it. He's just got there, good shot. I think Sanjin there, you know, on that first shot, he focused so much on trying to open the stripe and solid for taking away the problem. He just forgot about the pot, I think. Missed it by so far, but that'll be out of his mind, hopefully. Now he's going to focus on his own break. A little bit of extra pressure though, Mark, after that.
Yeah, it's the great thing though, isn't it, about alternate break, the fairest break rule there is. I know people say, oh yeah, but you know, you can never have a comeback if somebody goes 6 or 7-0 up. Well, you know, it's kind of not the point. The point is to give both players equal chance at what is arguably the biggest shot there is. And there you see the sight right stance, legs shoulder width apart, holding the cue not too far apart either. You see what he's doing here with the cue, and then he just steps into it, doesn't have to walk in at all, he just steps from one side to the other. So I'm not sure, I think he's right eye dominant. I'm not sure how much you know about sight right, guys, but what it does is not just see what your dominant eye is, but sees exactly where the aiming point is, in where the dominant part of that dominant eye is, if you like. I've had a lesson and it's quite complicated. I think there are easier systems out there, to be honest, but just my opinion.
No, it's very interesting. I've had a look at something similar with Alex Lely, a friend of mine from the Netherlands. He showed me some stuff very similar with training aids, and you think that you're lining up pretty straight on your natural stance, and when you get down, but actually you're not as straight as you think. But it's a very interesting system nonetheless, and it's very popular, not just in the world of pool, but I do believe some top snooker players and other players are incorporating it into their training. But these stripes, just to quickly jump onto this is looking very, very nice. The stripes have opened up very, very interesting. You can get down for this 12 straight away mark and really get rid of this problem ball at the bottom of the table.
Yes, exactly what he's done. Wants it to hold up. That's okay. A little bit thinner maybe than he wanted, but he's okay. Can play in either. Could even go down for the 10 ball here. Is that the 10 up the other end, Graham?
Yeah, he could. I think it's one of them shots though, where the 8 ball is, he can go all the way. He doesn't want to be straight on the 10. In the back of his mind, he would love to use 2 rails, 3 rails even potentially. If he chooses to go 1 reel, might be safer option. Sorry, 2 reels I meant. Yeah, this way is smart rather than 3. It's one good shot here.
Dennis praying to the ball gods for one more chance. If this shot goes right though, it's all over.
It's a bit pacey, Mark.
Ah, he's overrun it.
But the good thing is there is a few balls there as backup balls, so he has a second prize. He can just roll this in the top rail, on the top cushion, sorry. I mean, he could even go off one cushion.
Shot.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he can just roll it in, or can he even just stun it in and have a shot, a nice shot on this 11 ball. Worked out pretty okay.
Well, closing moments then. Dennis looks to be out.
Yeah, can't see anything going wrong here.
Just
Like
this
a little
8
shot
ball
there.
then. Just this 8 ball for a place
Dennis's face.
in. Yeah, he won't be happy. Dennis made a few mistakes early on. It was that game though, Graham, where it was, well, can you believe that? He's missed the 8 ball.
I don't know what's happened there. He snatched at that. He didn't cue it at all. He just, it was like a, I don't know, he threw his arm at it or something. It was very bizarre. Dennis can't believe what's happened. He was already thinking about what's for dinner, and now he's thinking, wait a minute, I'm not out of this just yet.
I think he was just about to take his glove off, but now the gloves are truly off in the other sense of the word. Well, now he's really free rolling here. This to go 7-6.
Wow, I have to say, Mark, I'm absolutely gobsmacked. He's missed that 8 ball. He overran obviously the 10 ball first of all, but he did have a second prize, landed quite nice. But never did I think he would miss that 8. He seemed to snatch at it. Maybe that's just the pressure, because he didn't take out the chance before. Somehow he's managed not to get out again. And I tell you, if Dennis can somehow muster up a break and run in this next rack, talk about pressure. Incredible.
Well, we will see then exactly how important the lag was that Sanjin won, because Dennis will be breaking next, as you say, hopefully to get on the hill. just shows you though, doesn't it? One little lapse in concentration, Graham, and can cost you matches, can't it?
Yeah, give you some serious mental scars from losing matches when really, I mean, the finish line was there, the match was over, let's be honest, and he's just had a bit of a crazy moment. Sometimes when you land a little bit funky on a ball, your technique can let you down sometimes. With pressure, I can do funny things. Everything looks a certainty. But Dennis is really praying for a chance.
Maybe it's Estonia's night. Mark Maggie through against Petter Urban, 8 racks to 3. He will be in the draw tomorrow. 2:30 those matches begin. The last 8 of the men's 8-ball. Mäkinen on the hill against Exposito. Matikainen 6-4 down to Tobias Bongers. Bongers at it again, Graham.
Yeah, he's one to watch for me. He's the danger man in this 8-ball. I think after watching him play, his patterns in 8-ball are probably the best I've seen in this event. Right up there. And Dennis has a chance here, Mark. These solids have opened up pretty nice. If he can manage these 4 balls at the top of the table, that 1 ball to 7 ball at the bottom, perfect to get rid of that black. So a couple of shots here, we could have a hill match.
Never ceases to amaze this cue sports, no matter which cue discipline you play. Always flatters to deceive and frustrates everybody at some point in their career.
Yeah, the only thing that I see in this rack is probably the 4 ball, just because of where it is in connection to the other solids. It's not an easy kind of fall onto it position wise. He's going to have to play a little bit of a shot. Great if he can get on it here from this 3 ball. Just drift down in between the 1 and the 4, somewhere around that area. Just off straight would be, oh, I'd love to be able to have an angle to leave a straight 1 ball from the 4. Is he going to get there? He's not. That's a bit of a mistake, I have to say. So he's going to have to go a different route here. Maybe go 4 to 3. 4 to 7, I should say. Apologies, just at the bottom. Needs to be straight. That's pretty good.
Oh, what a match. What a performance. What a grind. I said he's Grabe or grapefruit, but he's a grinder as well.
I think he's okay. He's just composing himself a little bit here. He knows exactly what he's playing. Even if he's a little bit kind of off, a little bit angle on the 3. That's what he's thinking. He doesn't want to leave on the 7. He doesn't want to leave too much of an angle. Surely he's not playing this first. Time's going to catch him at some point. Wow, he's going this way. I'm very surprised, Mark, if I'm honest. Doesn't like the 4, clearly. This is a shot now. I just feel what can go wrong this way. I felt that was all.
I just don't think he liked the angle that he had on the 4 ball and thought, hey, I'm on the 3. Why don't I take it now, leave myself an angle on the 4, stun out to the centre of the table, and I'm on the 8 to the top right as we look. It's perfect.
Yeah, he's played a great shot there. Them 3 stripes in the centre of the table were just a little bit in your mind, so he's played a great shot there, I have to say. Hill match we're coming here if he can make this 8 ball. Sanjin giving his face a little bit of a wipe.
And he's got himself ready for the deciding rack. The fist pump will come. Dennis walks over to the scoreboard. It will change to 7-7. Biggest break now of the day for Sanjin. On the hill, Max Benko against Veteranta. Wojtek Shevchik also on the hill, 7-5 over Pardal Viches. Albin Ocean, as I said, 8-5 winner over Daniel Maciel. Kasper Matikainen 6-4 down. Expedito 7-6 down against Petri Mäkinen on the hill. Hill here, ball down. Where's the cue ball? What does he have?
Absolutely monster break. Wow, what a break this is. If those two stripes at the top of the table go in that top left, which I think they do, he's got a couple of nice connector balls down the table as well. This is a third chance for Sanjin to win this match, Mark. Third time lucky?
Well, I think you'll see him take a lot more care up to and including that 8 ball this time, because he should have already been out the door and on his way back to his hotel room. Tried to come for the difficult ball straight away.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Doesn't want to kick, doesn't want to touch any balls here. Nice, he can just float up. Yeah, I would have liked to have left this one on the rail towards the end, could have been nice, but just in connection with the 8 ball. So this 11 ball needs some, it's got to get rid of that as soon as you can. Wonder if he's going to leave the 11 till the end. Or is he going for it now? I don't think he's going for it now, judging by those balls. He's going for the 11 now. That's a pretty good shot.
He's going to play the angle, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's going to play the 9 ball to get on the 8 ball. I think that's his path. A little bit unconventional, but he had to get rid of the problem down there, so he's played a good shot here.
Oh, doesn't want to be on the rail. Okay. Just limits your options, doesn't it? When you're on the rail, you can only hit the top of the cue ball.
Yeah. How much angle does he have is the question. He's going to go 2 rails. And like you said, Mark, 100% on this black. No mistakes this time.
Yeah, Dennis did well to come back. Took the lifeline when it was offered to him. Good match. Exactly as we expected. We expected it to be tight. Thought it wasn't going to be at one stage. But this 8 ball will secure his place in the quarterfinals. This time, no mistake from the Bosnian. It's smiles as well from Dennis Grabe.